I have to say, if you don't mind me saying so, you're looking extremely well.
This is the ton of the workers. Because some people, they have the ton of the gardens and the beaches. This is a ton of the workers.
Quite right too. Football's back. Is there a word that you can use that best sums up your feeling about that?
I'm so happy. You know, when football stopped, was the unknown. We didn't know when we were going to play again. And of course, this is a step that hopefully, as soon as possible, when the authorities, they make the decision, of course, based on the safety and the security and the health of everyone, this will be a step for perfection. But perfection in football is only when we have football stadiums full of people and full of passion again. But this is a step, and I'm really happy. I think it's going to be very, very strange feelings that maybe the four teams that played yesterday, they can share, because they felt it yesterday for the first time. For us and for the teams that play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is going to be a new experience. And to be honest, I don't know.
You watched the games last night. Did you prefer the natural sound or the augmented crowd noise?
When I watch football, it's always without sound, so it doesn't make any change for me, because when I watch football on TV, it's without volume, because I want to focus on the game and to read the game myself and not to listen. But that's just a professional way to watch football matches.
Harry will start, Musa will start, Sonny will start. Do you get the impression that the squad, despite the unusual circumstances, are really up for this fight now?
Again, we go to the unknown. I know that the players were phenomenal. I know that the players, they went through different phases of a process that was very difficult to manage, because we didn't know at that time if we were going to play football a few weeks later, a few months later, if it was just to start and the league to be avoided and to play a next league only starting September, October, was to work on the unknown. And the only thing that I can say is that the players, they were phenomenal. I know that some clubs, players, managers, they went abroad, they went to their countries, they had this opportunity to do all that things. We didn't. We stayed together. The players were always working. We were always trying to give the players something to minimize the problems of the lockdown and not training. And without that specificity of the football training that we couldn't give them, we gave them something to do and something to feel connected with each other, to feel connected with the club, and to try to be as much as possible ready in case of football to resume. So I think by the mental point of view, the boys are fine, and of course, we love football, so we are so happy to play.
I guess it's a bit like having all the family, all the members of the family again back together. Has what you've all been through over the past 3 months, has that brought you even closer together, do you think?
You know, the group is of course very, very good, but I think was a strange opportunity to try to be close to each other and to try to feel this empathy that we were feeling when the world was normal and the work was normal. But you know, we try to be there for each other. I know obviously that the work that we did before the return to normal training is not really what I like to call football training sessions, because I am a huge defender of the specificity of the methodology, but I think was more at that mental level that you are saying, to be together, to feel together, and was really nice. So let's go for these 9 matches. Of course, a difficult fight, because we lost too many points and we put ourselves in a difficult position. But you know, let's go match after match.
9 matches. You mentioned it there. The 9 matches that you first took charge of, your first 9 matches before you lost Harry. You only lost 3. You won 5. Will the same be good enough again to get into the Champions League places?
I don't think so. I think in this moment we need more than that. I don't think we can lose too many points unless our direct opponents, and they are not 1 or 2, they are 4 or 5 direct opponents, unless they lose lots of points. I think we have to try to capitalize the maximum we can.
Is it like a mini World Cup, Jose, played in the summer, lots of games back to back? Could you see it like that?
We can look at it in that perspective, but I don't know. I prefer just to focus on one match at a time. You know, one match at a time, and let's see where it takes us.
This world at the moment has had problems. COVID-19, Black Lives Matter. Can football play a role beyond football? Can football show that, like, an inspiration at times like this?
You know, football is very strong. It's very powerful socially. You can feel that easily. But I think cannot be football to resolve the society problems. Is much more than that. I think everything starts in the families. I think everything develops in the schools, and then of course football is a very important part of the world in society, and football can obviously play a part. But I think everything starts in the families with principles and in the schools, and I hope that football, of course, can help. And I'm proud of the football players in general, by looking at it in a perspective where they really feel that they have some power.
Taking a knee, Jose, will that be something that the club will leave to the players to decide?
I think so, because in the end are the players that are on the pitch, and I think they must feel free. They must feel free to express themselves the way they can do. Honestly, I think you don't need to take a need to be completely in solidarity with the movement. I think it's just your heart is much more important than that. And what I feel in my dressing room, what I feel in my club, what I feel in our life together is an amazing football club and an amazing dressing room with amazing people, with the right principles, where we have we are together with people from different backgrounds, race, religions, everything, and we live so happily together. So I'm really proud of my boys too. But what they decide to do before the match is up to them, because I know what is in their hearts.
Thank you for your time on a busy day. Just two more quick questions, if I may. Marcus Rashford, you spoke about him in the news conference. He's a player you know well. You've helped him a lot in his career. Mentality-wise, Jose, will what he's been involved in, the good work he's been involved in with the kids' meals, will that take focus away from the game? Would you encourage him to be that involved in something this near to a big game?
You know, I think a football player is not by doing the right things that they lose the focus on playing football. Is when they do the wrong things that they lose the focus on what their job is. So when a player does something really positive, and of course Marcos had this huge social impact, but were dozens and dozens of players that did the right things, and they show the exact principles and supporting many different causes during this period. I think by doing the right things, you just show maturity, and you need maturity to play football at the highest level. So I think when you do the right thing, the focus doesn't go.
Finally, Jose, I'm in a bit of a state, as you can see. Which of your players would you say has the worst lockdown haircut?
The worst, I cannot say, because then some wives will not be happy with me, but some players, they had haircuts from their wives, and some of them, they don't have any talent. But I just don't want to offend. Mine is not bad, because we have one of the guys in the coaching staff that is not bad at all.